Hi, friends. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a teacher when I grew up. I loved to play school. My grandma and my sister were my pupils, and I ran a pretty strict classroom. My sister ended up in tears more than once because she didn't get the grade she thought she deserved. For my birthday one year, I didn't ask for a trip to the toy store, but a trip to the teacher store. And I remember being so excited that I got my very own grade book and rubber stamps with smiley faces and frowny faces and a pointer pen. I have had this thing for over 40 years. I don't know if teachers use pointer pens anymore, but a lot of us carry around pointers everywhere we go. I'm not talking about physical pointers, but I'm talking about an attitude that likes to point to someone or something else when things go wrong. A lot of people like to point blame. Couldn't find anything to wear? Blame whoever didn't do the laundry. Running late? Blame the kids or the traffic lights. Feeling tired? Blame your friends or the movie that kept you up too late. Something broken? Blame the dog. Find a mess? Blame your sister. We all play the blame game sometimes, and some of us are pretty good at it. We don't have trouble taking credit when things go right, but when things go wrong or when something fails, our first instinct is to pull out the pointer and to point to someone or something else to blame. It's been going on since the very beginning. Adam blamed Eve for giving him the forbidden fruit. Eve blamed the snake for talking her into it. The snake blamed his parents for being emotionally detached during his childhood. I just made that part up, but you know what I mean. Now, the problem with blame is that on the surface, it seems to make us feel better for a moment because it relieves us of the anxiety of responsibility. But actually, if you think about it, if we have no responsibility in a situation, then we have no power in that situation. And if we have no power, then we are continually just victims of circumstance. Notice that I said that we have responsibility in situations, not necessarily for situations. There are definitely some circumstances for which we are not responsible, but in which we can take responsibility, even if it's simply for our attitude about it. One author writes, "When you find yourself blaming the weather, society, mother, men, or the frying pan for what you are experiencing, ask yourself if you want to stay helpless. If you are helpless and not responsible for yourself, then you are a victim. And blaming yourself is just as destructive as blaming someone else. The act of giving up blame sets your spirit free. If I am responsible in my own mess, I can clean it up. I can make my world beautiful and have a good time doing it." The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Philippians, writes about the kind of attitude that moves us out of our victimization and into the overcoming power of Christ. He says, "Do all things without murmuring and arguing, so that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, in which you shine like stars in the world." Paul says, be different from the people and the society around you. Don't grumble and complain like everybody else does. Be blameless. That is, don't point to others with the finger of blame. But take responsibility for your own attitude. Reach out to others with a hand of encouragement. And if you have an attitude of encouragement, then you will certainly shine like a bright star in a dark world. So keep shining, bright stars, and I'll see you again tomorrow.